welcome to this new episode of The Interviews. My name is Anik from Hello Universe, and today I have Whitney Lang from whitneylang.com with me. Hi, Whitney.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you. So, Whitney, my dear friend, today you are here with us to speak about failure. The big F word, as you called it before.
The big F word, the big scary F word.
Yeah. So tell us, what are you going to tell us about the big F word today?
Well, something that I just really felt kind of called to just talk about openly and not like have this, I don't know, just the shell on this topic of failure. And especially as entrepreneurs and aspiring coaches or anyone in general, actually, this relates to. We stop ourselves from doing things because we're so scared that we're not going to do it right, or it's not going to work out the way we think that it's supposed to, and we're not going to be successful doing it. And so we just don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the courage to do it, and oh my gosh, it doesn't work out the way we thought. We were not successful. We failed. I don't look at that as a dirty word anymore. I think that failure is so necessary, and you'll read quotes and you'll hear things about, failure being necessary to succeed and how many times you have to try something to succeed. And that's all true. But still, when we talk about failure, it's a negative thing. Yeah. When really, it's like, oh, you've done something wrong. When really you need to, be thinking about where it's leading you, what you learned from it. So I just want to take the embarrassment and the those uncomfortable feelings and those like self-worth feelings when you're like, oh, I'm worthless. I messed up. I failed. I didn't do it right. And I just want to talk about how you can get to where you're really supposed to be and what feels really good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And embrace your failures, I guess, is what I'm really getting at. I just want people to know that it's okay. It's okay to fail.
I think failure should be revisited. It should be emptied, like a pumpkin, carved out of its negative meaning and just filled with a new one, because we tend to see failure, as you said, as the end of something rather than just a phase, a step in a bigger process. And we were talking about analogies before, and I think about babies, a baby who gets up and falls. Well, it doesn't say, oh my God, I failed, I'm never going to try to walk again.
Right.
It just tries and tries and tries. And with each failure comes improvement, and comes a day where they make it and they stand up and they walk.
Yeah, and it just becomes natural, and it's just a part of life, and it's perfection is what it is. It's like not perfection in the negative sense either, but it's like perfection in like the divine sense. Like everything's just exactly how it's supposed to be. So an example, like why I'm so passionate about this failure situation is because of my own. So brief backstory. I left my job, my 9-to-5 managing a jewelry store, because I was overwhelmed with the whole 9-to-5 scene. Mm-hmm. And I decided to become a small business coach / consultant for local small businesses in my small town here in Virginia.
Yeah.
And I thought that this was perfect because it's like taking the best parts of my current job in the jewelry store and the retail and the inventory and all this stuff that I was really into, and then like kind of doing my own thing with it. Mm-hmm. So I did it, and I put a lot of money into it, and I put a lot of time into it. And I went for it, and there were crickets. Crickets. And at first I was really embarrassed about it. I was like, oh my gosh, I've told everybody this is what I'm doing. I've like quit my job. I'm, you know, and people are like, so how's it going? And I'm like, oh, it's great. Yeah. No, it's not. But that failure led me to kind of start exploring, hey, what's really my passion here? Because I created this business without ever like going into any self-development avenues or coaching, real life coaching and stuff. So let's dig a little deeper here. Let's see why this isn't working for me. Mm-hmm. And you, my friend, were one of two people to tell me, I don't think the business has anything to do with what you want to do. I remember that so clearly after this long conversation with you. And I was like, oh, crap, she's right. Like, I knew it, but I didn't want to accept it because I had put so much time and effort into this business. Okay, so I come to peace with that. Fast forward, I tried a couple of network marketing opportunities that seemed really shiny and perfect and awesome. And then it turned out like, hey, this is great. I met some great people, like, but this isn't for me. Mm-hmm. This isn't what I want my day-to-day to look like, you know? So again, I had this fear of what's everybody going to say? What's everybody going to think about me starting this? And then changed my mind, guys. Sorry. Like, changing plans.
Yeah. And
it's embarrassing. And I'm sure that there are people out there who are like, she's crazy. I don't know what she's doing. She doesn't know what she's doing. Like, I'm just going to ignore her. But the truth is, they're right. Like, but not in a bad way. They're right in that I'm learning about myself. We're all learning about ourselves. We're all learning every day. Mm-hmm. What lights us up? What makes us happy? What ignites that like passion? We're learning it every day. We'll be learning it every day when we're 80. Like, it's an ongoing process. So to think of yourself as, hold on. I had this thought I got to stick in here real quick. We talk about like children going to college and university. Mm-hmm. And like, so what are you going to be? What are you going to study? What are you going to major? What are you going to be? Like, and they're 18 years old. They're 17 and 18 years old. Like, they don't know what they want to be, really. I mean, maybe they do. But it's just these unrealistic expectations that our culture and society has just put this pressure on us to get it right the first time. And it'll never happen that way. It'll never happen that way. And we have to be at peace with it.
It's funny you say that, because I had this conversation a couple of weeks ago, I think, with my partner, because I grew up in a system where education, they call it a star system, where children from the age of 6, from the moment they go to primary school, have this goal of having the best results so that they can enter the best secondary school, so that then at the end of the best secondary school, they get a scholarship to go to the best universities and then become lawyers, doctors, because of course that's what you want to become, you know? And I grew up in this system, and for me, it was so important, well, not for me personally, but what was said to me, that it was so important to finish school, secondary school, and to go to university and to get a degree, like not the 3-year degree, but like the 5-year one, or even 10 years or whatever, like get the PhD and everything. And about 15 years later, I'm here. And I look at people who were in the bad schools, people who didn't go to college, who didn't go to university. And actually, none of this matters anymore. You know, people who actually came from the crappy schools, who got a job or who followed their passions and who followed their dreams and got their own company and who are doing much better than a lot of the other people who got everything right. And I was having this conversation and I said, and there are so many examples of, the typical ones, Steve Jobs who quit school or whatever, but I'm not going to say this is the lucky one, because I know there are a lot of people who didn't finish high school or who didn't finish college or who left a big job to do something. None of the things we think or we've been told matter do actually.
Yeah.
And we put so much pressure on our children and on our teens and on our young adults to follow this path, when then, it's like children, they go to college and they study something and then they get a degree. And then, like you and me in B School, the program that we did, how many people have we seen who have left their 9-to-5 jobs because they realized that wasn't what they wanted to do?
Right. Right. So think about like all of those hours and days and years spent on achieving this degree, which congratulations, because there's so much to be said for people who do achieve a degree. I mean, that takes a lot of dedication and, all that good stuff. But think about if they could have been in tune with what was really lighting them up and their big vision and their idea and their creative side. Think if there wasn't a cap on that creative side. Just this obligation to go through the school system, through the college systems, and straight into a 9-to-5 job. Like just think about the quality of life during those years and during that time that would be so different if we didn't have these expectations of people. And it also comes down to that analogy of getting a fish to climb a tree or something like that. Like if you're trying to teach a bunch of squirrels and then you've got a fish, well, you can't teach a fish to climb a tree, but the fish is a freaking awesome swimmer, so let the fish swim. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's a great analogy. I love that one.
It is cool, and not everybody fits in the mold that has been, reinforced by the system. Right.
And systems are great, but systems also can be taken too far. So where do you want to go next? What do you want to talk about next? I'm ready.
So I want to talk about where you're at now. So you've had stories of failure. What is it that made you keep going instead of just sitting and wallowing in your own failure?
I did a little bit of wallowing, as we all do.
A healthy dose of wallowing.
A healthy dose, yeah. You got to get it out. You got to acknowledge your feelings and stuff. But so I just have this really solid, intuition about what I'm doing. This calling, this passion, this, and just how I want my life to look. And where I want to focus my energy and my attention. And so I'm just like, damn it, I'm not going to let these few things screw it all up for me. I'm not going to just jump back into a 9-to-5 right now. It's hard. It's really hard not to do that when you're talking about finances and stuff. And I'm in a position where, fortunately, with my husband, I'm able to do this. And I know that there are a lot of people that don't. So just keep going. Just keep thinking about it. Just don't squash that whisper, you know? I mean, keep looking into things, keep reading, keep researching, keep trying things, like just keep going. But yeah, to get back to answering your question, I just know. And that's why I'm going. I'm still going.
Yeah. So what are you doing right now? We were talking earlier, and you were telling me that you were working on a special program.
I am. So I'll go back a little bit and give you a little backstory. So I have a 3.5-year-old son. He's amazing and precious and the most lovable little thing on earth in my eyes. But that child has made me crazy. And just being a mom, so not even necessarily him, but just being a mom, the responsibility, and going from this freedom to go and do as we please to now, we have to make every decision around our little tiny human, which is awesome, but it's a shock to anyone's system, I mean, so I have, for all of my adult life and some like adolescent life too, dealt with anxiety and depression. I'm kind of a tough cookie, so I dismissed it. I was like, oh, it's not really anxiety. It's not really depression. But it was, and it is, and it's okay. I can own that. So after I had my son, I'm not going to say it was specifically postpartum depression, but I think just my depression and anxiety in general just like went haywire. And so many feelings of, I'm not supposed to be a mom. Why did my body even allow this to happen? And then it comes down to these feelings around like, well, that's not fair to my husband because he's such a great dad and he has always wanted to have a family. And, you just start talking to yourself like you're the scum of the earth when really you're doing the best you can. We don't give ourselves credit. We'll be quick to pat someone else on the back and lift someone else up. But the last person to get that love is us, right? So frustrating. And I'll preach it all day long, but I will still have those moments of not practicing at all what I preach. So fast forward, I decided in my entrepreneurial journey that what I want to do is create something for myself. The people out there who are a lot like me. Mm-hmm. And I'm making it in the way that it would resonate with me the most and impact me the most and help me the most and support me the most. So I'm essentially making this program for me. And that's what it is. And if you fill the description, then hop in.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm doing it in such a way that it resonates. People out there who have the similar circumstance and whether they're dealing with anxiety and depression or not, they're just, crazy and time is never enough and we're fighting the clock and we're fighting the laundry and, some people can handle it better than others. Yeah. I cannot handle it. I can't handle it. I need support. I
love how you own it.
Yeah. I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, screw it. I just got to say it because it hurts to not be honest about it. Mm-hmm. And that's another way that we beat ourselves up is that this is just an internal conversation, So we say nasty things to ourselves, but if we can just own it and make the changes necessary to become happier, you know, because life was meant for us to enjoy, and there are ups and downs, and there's good and bad, and that's all part of the deal. But as a whole, we're supposed to be enjoying our lives.
Yeah.
And we let all of these other distractions and expectations and commitments and things that our heart's not in that. We let those control our lives. So this is what I've been dealing with. So this is what I put together. It's called the Mighty Mommies Tribe. It's a support and community group. And it's for people who are a lot like me, who are struggling with anxiety and depression, but not limited to that, who are just having a really hard time in their role as mother. And it's not all about momming. It's just about being a human, you know, like just being the best human you can be. It doesn't, I mean, my group is specifically for moms because I feel like it's a common denominator, but
Yeah.
I mean, this is just about you becoming the best version of you. This is about you honoring yourself. This is about you being gentle with yourself, and taking care of yourself. And then I wrapped it up into this program for mothers. So, yeah. So tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want to hear.
I'm just thinking because I went to the cinema this Saturday and I went to watch Bad Moms, and
Ooh.
And it was a lot about how moms have to be all perfect and have everything sorted, and everyone's trying to appear like they've got it under control when everybody's just struggling to some extent, some more, some less, but they are all struggling to keep it together. So it's really cool that you are building this program to help mothers, you know, to give them support and to know that it's okay not to have everything under control, you
Right.
know, and sometimes you will have to let go of certain things, and sometimes you will just have to accept that not everything can be perfect and as you want it to be, and
Right.
learn to live with it. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, and another part of it is really honoring your intuition and for yourself and your child, your family, and saying no to things that don't align with that. Because I'm a yes girl. I want to say yes to everyone. I want to do everything for everyone. And then, I mean, I will do it so badly that I will say, yeah, we'll come over and have a play date. Damn it. You know, like I've already got enough going on that weekend. Why did I say yes to that? You know, we're very good at adding additional stress to our lives, you know, and that really doesn't have anything to do with being a mom. This just is people in general. But I think it's just really important to know your priorities and know your values and structure your life around that. And that's what this program is about. It's a 4-piece program. It's a 4-week program with 4 different modules. The first one is about being gentle. Being gentle with yourself. Be gentle. The second one is about simplifying, getting clear on what you want and what you're doing and simplifying. So whether that's mental and commitment clutter and physical clutter, because, you know, I don't like clutter. And the third one is heart-centered momming, which I love so much. And that's what we just kind of talked about a little bit. It's just like making your choices based around that intuition that you have that's best for you and your family.
I love that.
Yeah, not what you think you should be doing, not what other people are telling you to do, and, you know, and saying yes to you and your family before before you're saying yes to other things that are going to distract you. I know, like, one of my problems as a mom is I get so distracted by programs and my books and videos and podcasts and I mean, all these things that are wonderful, but I get so wrapped up in them that I have a really hard time saying, okay, time out, Whitney. You need to spend like a solid chunk of time with your kid right now and be completely focused on him.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I'm really not good at. I'm not good at. I'm easily distracted and I'm easily kind of fidgety when I'm bored. And to be really honest with you, watching him, you know, drive little play trucks around for 2 hours is not exciting to me. You know what I mean? So finding ways to be able to be truly present in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
truly enjoying the moment and not feeling like, but I could be doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like an integrative program to kind of help bring you back to center and then help you create your life based on that. And then it's a support community. So you'll get a one-on-one coaching call with me and a bunch of extras, and you'll be unlimited for forever and ever, amen, in this support group that's only for people who have gone through this program. So you're in a group of like-minded people that struggle with the same things and can give you feedback and, you know, that assurance that you are not alone.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what we want to hear more than anything, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I don't want advice necessarily. Like, I don't want you to tell me what I should be doing. Like, I just want you to be like, I understand.
like, I hear you.
I hear you.
I think those 3 words can take so much weight off your chest, off your shoulders. You know, it's 3 magical words that can do so much. And we were talking earlier about a different issue. And sometimes the feeling of being alone, of dealing what we're going through on our own is what is heavier than the issue itself. And I think having a support group, a community of people who hear you, who are there for you, and who know what it's like is already a huge help in making things better. Not exactly changing the situation,
Right.
in making that situation feel better.
Yes. Brilliant use of words there, girlfriend. I love that. Yeah, I mean, and that is exactly what it is. It's making you feel better in every moment of your life because you're doing things with intention now, like with heart and with real intention and purpose and passion in your family, and it translates into your work and into your friendships and into everything that you do. And I just feel like it's something that I couldn't keep the lid on any longer. Like, I have to tell my story. I have to talk to the people who are like me, because if I don't, what if they just suffer the whole forever? Like, what if they just suffer through their whole, like, young motherhood years, you know, when you have young children? Like, no, I can't do that. If this is, you know, even if it's one person, you know, even if it's one person that you can give that freedom to, that's it. You know, you've saved one person, like, you've saved somebody.
Absolutely. I so agree with you. I think it's Gabrielle Bernstein that says sharing your experience, sharing your message, sharing what you have learned is not a choice, it's a duty, because you have gone through what you have gone through, and now that you are on the other side or further on that journey,
Right.
you cannot keep it for yourself. You've got to turn back, to look back and help others, you know, give a hand so that they can come and be where you are.
Right.
Because otherwise that's just a waste of experience.
Right. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people have to stick with their 9 to 5 grind, because that's what's paying the bill. That's what's keeping the lights on. And that's what's keeping food on the table. And they don't have necessarily this time that I am fortunate to have to research and study and try new techniques and really dive into things. And so that's another thing that I feel is a really important, like I'm doing the work for them in terms of filtering information for them and giving them some techniques like EFT. Going to have you on to talk about that, by the way. We haven't talked about that yet, but it's going to happen. And things like that, may take a lot of time and effort on their end to study and learn and understand, when really we can just shoot the information straight to them. Boom,
And they won't have to go through the whole process that you have gone through because you've already done it. Exactly.
We are saving time for the busy mom, right? And this is a program and here's another scary thing. Like, you talk about investing in a program and you're like, okay, this sounds great, but how much time am I going to have to put into this? Like,
yeah, I'm already a busy mom.
Yeah, I'm already a busy mom. Like, I don't have time for this. So yeah, after the first 4, you're expected to kind of spend on average an hour a week. And you break it down however you want to break it down, but like an hour a week. And then after that, it's up to you. What are you comfortable with? Take what's useful for you and leave what's not. There's no pressure. You're not getting graded on anything, like this is just information that and an experience that's just going to enhance your life and make your life better as a mom, which is going to make your relationship with your kids better, your relationship with your partner better, your relationship with your friends, your family, the people you pass on the street, because you're not going to be a grouch 24/7. It's going to just change your life.
I can't help, since you mentioned it, and I'm a huge fan, why don't you tell us a little bit about EFT for those who don't know what it is?
Oh my God, you're going to have to help me because I don't know the nuts and bolts of it, but I tell you why I'm so attracted to EFT. So it's tapping, which is on these certain points, right? On your face, on your head, and on like your upper body, collarbone and stuff. So anyway, so there are these points that you tap on, and you say these affirmations. Help me out here. So I know there's a process that we go through.
There's different methods, but yeah, usually there is first the problem, and then once you've tapped on the problem, then you start tapping on the affirmations, and you repeat the affirmations, tapping on the different points.
And I love that because I'm such a, I don't know the right word.
Physical mind.
Yeah, I'm a sparkly mind, all right. I'm a physical person and I'm a visual person. So when we're going through these steps, through these motions, and we're pairing it with the thought process, whatever's working for you in that moment, that really resonates with me. I even got a little tattoo right here on my wrist. And the reason that I did is because it's right on a vein. So when I need to chill, I actually can put my hands on something. Ooh. And I can feel my heartbeat, and I can say my mantra, and I can come back to center. And that's what tapping does too. You know what I mean? So that's something that I want to explore more, and I want you to teach me more.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea behind it. I think that there's repetitive behavior is something that is comforting for me. I was a smoker for a long time, and I don't think that I mean, I think a little bit of the addiction was nicotine, but most of it was the hand to mouth. It was the hand to mouth, hand to mouth, hand to mouth, you know, and that became comfortable for me. And that became like a little security blanket. And that's what I think that EFT can do also, if it resonates, you know, with the individual, which I know that it would resonate with me.
I think since we're talking about it, I personally love EFT because, well, first, it's got immediate effects. You can see the results immediately. If you've got a headache and you start tapping, you can actually, well, not feel your headache anymore after you've tapped for 5-10 minutes. If you've got pain somewhere, it's the same. If you've got anxiety, stress, anything, when you tap, you can feel it go away. And meditating for me can be difficult because my mind will wander and I have difficulty keeping my mind in one place. And the tapping is something that is physical, as you said, and it's something that is constantly moving. So you have to keep focused. You can't drift away because you have to keep doing things. And that's why for people like you and me, it is a method that it is a technique that works. And I love it because you can apply it to anything, any single thing, whether it is to chase away feelings, to heal wounds, to get rid of physical pain, nausea, or I know UTI is something that sometimes I get, and now when I have the first symptoms, what I do is I immediately start tapping and it goes away. So,
wow.
Yeah, no, tapping is just wonderful. But yeah, I'll close this. I stole your moment for a second.
No!
This beautiful program, you were telling me earlier that you are starting the beta version in November?
Yeah, November 1st, which is like right around the corner.
And
I'm looking for people who want to test this program. I'm running 2 beta rounds, November and December. It's a heavily discounted price, and you get, instead of 1 coaching call, you're going to have 2 coaching calls and a bunch of other bonuses. So if you, the viewer, or anyone that you know,
participate.
You can too. I don't care. Come on. If you resonate with anything that I've said, you know, if you feel like this may be beneficial for you, or this may be beneficial for a friend or a family member, you know, check it out and pass it along. I'm looking for people to go through this with me, and to give me feedback on this program and to let me know how this is impacting their lives.
When's the last day? Because you said, so there are 2 rounds, November and December. So when's the last date to sign up for the beta round, the first beta round?
October 31st. Okay. You'd have to be signed up by October 31st. And then same, so it's always going to start on the 1st of the month, so you always have to be signed up by the day before. Spots are limited, spaces are limited for the beta rounds. I want to go, I don't want to have any more than 10 people. Oh. So it's very limited, the first go round, and then it may bump it up to 15 or 20, just depending on how that goes. Mm-hmm. But I really, you know, I'm sinking my heart and soul and my time and my effort into really figuring out what's working for these participants. So
how do people contact you to be in this first or second beta round?
Okay, sure. So you can find out more information at whitneylang.com/tribe for Mighty Mommy's Tribe. So /tribe. So that kind of gives you an overview of the modules, what to expect, what you're going to be getting with this program, all of the nuts and bolts of everything. And it also leads you to the space to register for the program. You think that it would go without saying, but I do just want to say that, like, my email address is whitney@whitneylang.com. And so if there are questions or concerns or anything like that, like just reach out and ask me, because this is all about, pausing again because I'm like finding the right words, but this is really all about reaching the people who need it.
Mm-hmm.
And for the words and for the information and everything else that's included to really just resonate with them, impact their life in a positive way, and to really just change the way that they live their day-to-day life and change the way that they're making choices for their families, and so that we can enjoy this journey as much as we can.
I feel like saying, that if someone should feel even a little bit attracted to that program, that they shouldn't discard it, but instead contact you and get more information, because it might be what they need right now.
Absolutely. I mean, it really might be exactly what you're looking for. And, you know, so you go through the 30-day overhaul, which is these intensive modules, or not intensive, integrative modules that are very focused. And then after that, the support doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. You're in this community where we're going to have guest experts come in and have open chats. We're going to have all of these resources and special offers and VIP stuff that you're going to get because you go through this program. So monthly coaching calls. I mean, that's something that's happening every month, where you can choose to log on to these group monthly coaching calls. So, I mean, it's a lot that's available to us. It's ongoing. It doesn't just stop after your 30 days.
And will that be available also for the people who sign up for the beta discounted price?
Yes, it will. That's the thing. Yeah. So the thing about the beta rounds in November and December are, not only do you get one-on-one coaching call, you're going to get two. And you're going to get it for half of the price of the program.
Okay, so you get half of the price of the program, but then you get twice the number of one-on-one calls.
Yes, right? It's crazy. But I want the feedback. I want to talk. I want to talk about the experience with the program. I want to make it as impactful as I can for everyone who's going to go through it. So yeah, I want that. And yeah, nothing changes. You're going to get every single thing that the people who pay full price in January are going to get. So you're going to, the lifetime membership and access to everything. Nothing is limited with beta. It's just that I want to talk with you more because I want to learn about your experience with the program.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. And I made it super affordable too, so that I can really make it perfect when it goes live in January, the full price round. But I want it to be impactful, and I want it to change lives, and I want to hear about it, and I want to learn what other people are dealing with.
Okay, well, so if you feel like this could be something for you, then go to www.whitneylang.com/tribe.
You got it.
Got it. Before we close this interview, Whitney, do you have anything, a message that you want to give to our viewers?
Well, I guess I'll take my message back to our original topic, failure and the fear of failure, and just say again, no matter what it is that you're giving a try, no matter what it is that you're working on, or it doesn't matter what it is. It is okay for it not to turn out the way that you planned for it to turn out. It's okay. And whether you want to call that a surprise or failure or, whatever word you want to use for that, it's not a dirty word. And it starts with us. Like, we have to really understand and embrace that failure is not a bad thing. And something not working out is not a bad thing, because, oh my God, how many times are there things that work out that we're like, I wish that hadn't worked out, like, because this is, so yeah, so just honor your failures and don't beat yourself up, and don't consider failures a bad thing, because they're not. And ultimately, every step that we are taking is leading us to where we need to be. So step along and enjoy the ride,
Oh,
What I'm going to leave everyone with today.
Well, thank you, Whitney, for your time and your story. Thank you for sharing everything with us. And
thank you for having me. I love talking with you. I love it so much.
You and I, we could speak for hours. Well, so thank you for watching us. And don't forget, if you want to sign up to receive these interviews, the next episodes directly in your inbox, so you don't have to come in and check all the time to see if there's a new episode. Just get them directly in your inbox, fresh and fragrant every week. So sign up in the link above or below. I will also put the link to Whitney's website, whitneylang.com, in the description, and you will be able to click and go there and have more information about her wonderful program starting very soon. And well, that's all for today, I guess.
Yay!
Thank you again, Whitney, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.